Who and its spin-off Torchwood. He's also working tonight. He's on the judging panel of BBC's music reality show Any Dream Will Do. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Heard you earlier. There you go, John Barrowman. Good to have you on the show.
Thank
now,
you.
you were brought up in Glasgow, were you? Although with an American accent.
That's right. Well, I was born and raised there till I was about 8, 9, then moved over to the States. My dad's company moved us over, and that's why I kind of speak with a funny accent.
But you were brought up on sort of traditional sort of food then?
Well,
pies and peas and all that kind of stuff?
I mean, one of my favourite kind of Scottish dishes to have, my mother used to, when she'd go shopping, take me out to one of the shops or the bakeries, because in the bakeries in those days, they sold kind of meat pies also. Yeah. But they call it a Scotch pie. And I loved it with beans on top, a little brown sauce. That's a nice lunch.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, right. At the end of every programme, I'll cook the viewer's choice for our celebrity guests. Either your idea of food heaven and food hell. It's up to the viewers to vote and decide whether to make you something based on your favourite ingredient. Yeah. You mentioned the beans. But, and also, it could be based on your nightmare ingredient, that dreaded food hell. So what would your idea of food heaven be? My
idea of food heaven would be something with a meringue.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore meringues. My mom, to this day, for care packages for my niece who's in college at the moment, will still do packages with meringues of different flavors and colors and stuff. The chewier it can be in the middle, the better I like it.
So you like all that? That's corn flour and a little bit of white wine vinegar. It helps that. Make it nice and chewy in the middle.
Yeah.
So you got a sweet tooth? Yeah. Whatever. No, is there anything you particularly hate?
I absolutely hate, and I can't tell you how much.
You really don't like this?
I really don't like this. Yeah. Watermelon. I think it's an apology for a food. I think it's when you bite into it, because they serve it at barbecues in America.
It's quite unusual because you spent a lot of time in California, didn't you?
Totally, but anywhere in the States, you have a barbecue. Someone pulls out a watermelon. You know, you can buy them anywhere. You can buy them in the roads. If they sell fruit in a roadside, you know, standing by the road, I just don't want to eat it. But a big, huge watermelon, cut it open, people slice it, and they enjoy it. I can't stand spitting the seeds out. It's yuck.
There you go. So I cook it using meringue or watermelon. You have to decide for your idea.
Please, no watermelon.
I'm going to make a toffee baked Alaska with my homemade meringue. I'm going to layer a mixture of vanilla and toffee ice cream on a chocolate sponge base, and then pipe over meringue made with egg whites, sugar and hazelnuts. And the meringue is heated with a blowtorch just to colour it, and it's served with a rich toffee sauce.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah. Or maybe you'd rather John faces food hell, that dreaded watermelon. I've got something a little more unusual for this. Firstly, I'm going to soak some thin slices of watermelon in rose water and vodka, and these go underneath small Indian deep-fried donuts called gulab jamun, which are made using a traditional recipe. I'm going to finish the dish with the homemade watermelon sorbet, fresh strawberries, and a little more rose water syrup to pour over the top. Different but delicious.
That's, I will say, that rose water syrup is what my mother used to give me as a baby.
There you go.
And that's what I think happened.
There you go, right. So to vote either heaven or hell for John, just call 090 15 22 01 01. That's 090 15 22 01 01. Calls cost 15p from a BT landline. Other networks and mobiles may vary, and you can see me cook the winning dish at the end of the show. Now, John's not alone at our chef table, of course. As always, we have two Saturday Kitchen viewers with us, as usual. Alex, you phoned in and won the competition.
I did, yes.
Who have you brought along with you?
I brought my friend Nigel, who I've known for 15 years. He's a big, big food fan.
Big food fan, but you are as well. You visit New Zealand on wine tours and all that kind of stuff?
I really like the Marlborough wine region, and particularly the Nautilus vineyards, and I love my white wines. And but Nigel is a big gastronome and loves to kind of cook and hold big dinner parties for us.
Looking forward to today's menu.
Immensely. Very much.
Trout with string.
Brilliant. Yeah.
There you go. I'll talk to you both a little bit more later.
Okay.
Have you
I asked a question.
No.
Okay.
Yes, carry on.
If someone is health conscious, I mean, because my mother will never cook chicken with the skin on it.
Yeah.
Can you take it off afterwards?
You could do, yeah.
To cook it with does that give it the flavour?
Could you put those in? Yeah, I think it protects it as well. I think it gives it great flavour. It's got its natural basting because it's naturally fat. So I think you should, I personally. But you can take it off. You don't have to eat the skin. Not at all.
And how strict? Because you know how you have to cook chicken a certain way. Otherwise, you know, they say it's dangerous if it
yeah,
has,
you do have to cook it through. You have to cook it through. But you know, not dry like a lot of people. You know, when it gets too dry, that's all rubber chicken.
Overcompensate.
Yeah,
they overcook
exactly.
It,
yeah, it's
what's
too
going
much.
in this dressing?
So we've got a lovely olive oil, just classic olive.
What's it like getting food out there? Because a lot of people think
food you struggle with. You really do. I thought in Florida, you would because it's sunny. You'd get loads of fresh vegetables, but we have to freight a lot in. It literally is FedExed all over the place. It's quite scary actually. You can't get good food all the time.
Would you agree with that in America?
Well, certain parts of America, my parents actually live in Florida.
Oh, really?
And and the thing is that it's certain of the larger big supermarkets when you go to them, the produce is always slightly wilted because it's not as fresh as you would, let's say, in the Midwest or where you know, a lot of the growing area is. But most American stuff is flown in now.
And
they don't even grow their own.
Can affect it quite dramatically, can't it?
Yeah, totally.
I'm going to send my parents to the restaurant.
Do, please.
Is that all right?
Definitely.
Well, if I have them ring, they'll get booked in.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. Let's see how you go today.
Good.
I want to taste the watermelon, you see. I really want to taste that, please. So, there you go.
There you go,
You
John.
say Boca Raton, you have to say Boca.
Bolka.
They're
Dive
from
into
Boca,
that.
all right?
This one, there you go.
Boca Vista.
It smells great.
Yeah,
I like my vegetables crunchy. That's
it's lovely.
Yeah.
And what's the name of that chicken?
Corn-fed.
Corn-fed, yeah.
It's got sort of yellow skin.
Yes,
isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
just
produced
got
on
much more
50% maize,
flavour.
isn't it,
Yeah,
really? Yeah.
totally.
That is delicious. Do I pass it
Yeah,
down?
yeah, so we get
You have to share.
Thank you.
Closer to the left, yeah?
Yeah,
delicious. I mean, and also putting the dressing in while the ingredients are
I
still
think
warm.
that's
It's very
so
Italian. Isn't it?
important. Yeah, it's like when you make a lovely potato salad. It's got to absorb all the
To
vinegar
be
and the
warm.
olive oil. Yeah,
This is
totally,
warm.
yeah.
You can actually taste the vegetable when they're warm as well. Much better when they're cold.
The vinegar adds a
lovely.
bite to it, doesn't
lovely.
it?
Yeah.
And the onion.
Yeah, it's a nice
Simon?
crunch to
Someone's
it.
with
Yeah.
pecans.
Oh, la 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 la. Is this on mine?
Oh, for you. Yes.
Won't
But
see
other
it
ingredients,
now.
you mentioned potato, look delicious. Australian food is great, but there's one thing they do better than anyone, and that's the barbecue, of course. And with the great weather we've been having, what a good chance to cook outside this weekend. So I thought I'd show you a really simple little recipe using pork for the barbecue. Perfect for this bank holiday. What I've got in here is a little fillet of pork there, which is easily available from supermarkets nowadays and butchers alike. What I'm going to do is do this Andalusian sort of style. So a little bit of Spanish sort of style, which I'm going to do with paprika. Make a marinade with paprika, salt, olive oil, oregano, thyme, a little bit of garlic, and then I'm going to stuff it with pork is fantastic with prunes, of course. I've got some prunes and some apricots, a little bit of parsley, and wrap it all up. So first thing, I'm going to take the pork and just cut it straight down the middle, because the thing about barbecue food, you need to make sure it's all the same thickness, of course, otherwise it won't cook right through the middle. So just open this little fillet out, and this is one thing that's great about these pieces of fillets.
There's so many jokes that I could make right now, but I'm refraining.
No, don't. There you go.
It's too early.
No joke, please, but you
Make
can
the
say.
joke.
I love it.
But then we've got the prunes there, absolutely delicious, and then some bit of parsley.
James,
We're going to
you've
throw
gone
that
red.
in. No, it's the heat of the grill. That's
Is
what
it?
it is. Yeah.
Can I just say, ladies and gentlemen, how
What's
much
that?
more handsome he is in person
Oh,
than on camera?
right. And then we've got some couscous. All right, I'm going to serve this with, because couscous I think is great for sort of a barbecue, because you can make it in the morning. It's great. Lasts all afternoon. Brilliant.
Would you
Doesn't
put
it-
stuff in the couscous?
Yeah, I'm going to put that in a second. But you're just going to leave that. Just cover it with boiling water, a little bit of salt, and just leave that to one side, and it'll puff up nicely. And then into there, what I'm going to do is just take this and place it all in the middle. So we've just got a nice fruity filling in the centre. And then I'm going to roll this over and tie it all up. Now, we mentioned, obviously, the fact that you went to America. So
Yep.
when did you actually come back from the States, and end up, what made you
Well, I came
obviously
back
into the West End?
Well, I was studying musical theatre and theatre in Southern California, and I came back over to the UK in '89 to study Shakespeare.
Right.
And I went to an open call audition in Glasgow for a show called Anything Goes, opposite one of the greatest leading ladies in British theatre, Elaine Paige.
Elaine Paige,
And
yeah.
I ended up getting the starring role opposite her. So, in a way, everything that's happened, obviously worked very hard to have it, but Elaine was the one who kind of set me on my my journey, really, and I'm very thankful to her and grateful to her.
It was the West End. And you're not too... Well, you're familiar with Saturday mornings as well, aren't you, really?
Yeah,
Because you used to do Live and Kicking, didn't
That's right. I know what it's like to get up very early on a Saturday and work. Yeah, Live and Kicking, myself and Andy Peters and Emma Forbes, we did that. I did that for 2 years, in fact, and then went off back to the theatre and stuff. So yeah, that's good. It was good. I loved doing children's television. It was, kids are it's very funny because we used to get in the mornings when we were there, and sometimes Andy would be like, "Get the kids away from me! Get them away from me!" But I think kids are great because they're spontaneous and they're really honest with what they say. So
Yeah.
good stuff.
But, I mean, you mentioned Elaine Paige, but you've got a great foodie story with
Yeah.
another great, great singer, Shirley Bassey.
Dame,
Tell us a little bit
Dame
about that.
Shirley Bassey. Yeah, I was on a flight from, I think it was from Los Angeles to London, and I'd been singing at a Frank Sinatra gig that she was also at, too. And we're flying back. I'm not a good flyer.
Right.
I don't like, I enjoy up in the air flying,
Yeah.
and enjoying that, but takeoff and landing, I'm not really comfortable with. And I'm sitting next to Shirley Bassey, and it was one of the first times I'd been in first class. and she saw that I was really nervous, and she grabbed my hand and she said, "Darling, nothing can happen when you're with Shirl." And as we're pummeling down the runway, she starts going, "Goldfinger! He's a man!" And I'm sitting in first class with Shirley Bassey singing, going down the runway. It was surreal. But as the flight continued, and we kind of leveled out, and I chilled out a little bit. On this particular airline, they used to serve caviar when you were at 39,000 feet.
So you weren't sat at the back then?
Oh no, yeah. At the back, you don't get the caviar.
Yeah, boiled egg in the back.
What? I can't say the airline, but it's a popular United States airline. And we were up front, and they brought out the caviar, and they give you this minuscule little dollop on your plate, a dollop, bloomp. And all the trimmings. Yeah. And Shirley leaned over to me and she said, "You know, darling, I do know that they throw the caviar away before you land in the United States because you're not allowed to take Iranian caviar into the US.
Of course.
Which is ridiculous. So she said, "Why don't you go up and ask them if they can give you the caviar?" So we waited till everybody was asleep. And I went up and I asked the flight attendant, I said, "I know you throw the caviar away. Can we have the whole tub?" And they gave it to us. And Bassey and I sat and devoured that whole... It was, it's enough... You could buy a car with that amount of caviar.
Well, I'm glad you got that story out of the way, because in the meantime, I've made this dish already. I thought it was only going to last 10 seconds, this, but anyway. Right. As you can see, I've finished this. It is on the website, don't worry. We've got our pork here. I've got my marinade, which has got the smoked paprika, olive oil, oregano, thyme, all that kind of stuff. And you see the colour of this. I mean, it is just unbelievable, this stuff. No salt and pepper in there. And then what you do is just pop it in the fridge. Now, it needs to go in the fridge for at least 20, 30 minutes.
Why?
Just to marinate. Well, just to marinate. You don't want it any longer than that because it's very strong because of the smoked paprika.
Can you show me again the way you... I missed it.
There we go. And place it on the barbecue, all right? Now, that's basically just going to seal. Now, the great thing about pork like this, because you've stuffed it down the middle, you can keep rolling it while it's cooking. And then with that, I thought I'd serve a couscous, which also I've made already. We've got the couscous, the apricots, the lemon, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and obviously fresh mint and fresh parsley, which I'm just going to sit on the side now. Now, this pork will take a good 20 minutes to cook on the barbecue. That's it, and keep it rolling around like that. And this is what's great about, I love couscous salad, because you can just sit it in the middle of the table, doesn't go off with the nice hot weather, and then what you can do is just take this pork.
Do you want me to give yes and no answers from now on?
And this is delicious. This marinade is so simple. Like I said, it's literally got the fresh thyme, fresh oregano. You've got smoked paprika, which is delicious. Now, there's two ways of buying smoked paprika, hot and sweet. It's not sweet as in sweet, but it's less heat than the hot paprika. But it just... Stick it in the marinade with oregano, fresh thyme, and then taste that. It's just a great, great marinade on the side. And just keep rolling it. If your pork feel it's a little bit too thick, you can bake it in the oven and then just finish it off on the barbecue. Happy with that?
That is delicious.
Yeah. Like I said, it's available on our website. Right, what am I going to cook, John, at the end of the show? You at home need to vote and decide whether you'd like to see him eat his idea of food heaven. Meringue and my toffee-baked Alaska. Please. I'm going to layer up a mixture of vanilla and toffee ice cream on a chocolate sponge base, then pipe up meringue made with egg white, sugar and hazelnuts. The meringue is heated with a blowtorch and coloured just to colour it nicely and served with a rich toffee sauce. Or would you rather John Face's idea of food hell, that dreaded watermelon? I've got something different for this time. Firstly, I'll soak some of the slices of watermelon in rose water and vodka. And this is going to go underneath small deep-fried Indian donuts called gulab jamun, which are made using a traditional recipe. I'm going to finish this dish with homemade watermelon sorbet, fresh strawberries and a little more rose syrup. Trust me, it is delicious. Oh, he didn't like it. So to vote, just call 090 15 22 0101 to see John Face's idea of food heaven or food hell at the end of the show. Calls cost 15p. Coming up, do you know...
Told me, taught me, I to love somebody so much like that. Did you understand?
That's as long as my Shirley Bassey story!
I only asked him if he was still teaching. It was a yes and no.
Mind your hands. After turn.
I knew I shouldn't have got up tonight to do this show.
The trout is nearly ready. We'll give him an extra bit.
Another minute. So, I mean, you've got trout like that. What other fish?
Thank you.
What's the Italian for trout?
Trotta.
Trotta.
Trotto arcobaleno.
You might want to taste the end bit.
Yeah. Do you need a seasoner tuna?
It's cooked.
It's
Nice
cooked.
and
Not messing about.
Nice orange colour, isn't
That's
it?
gone.
Taste a little bit of inside.
The filling.
It's delicious. But is that common? You get all those different types of nuts in a stuffing?
It is. It is. You want a little bit of crunchiness
No, that
inside.
filling is amazing.
You know, you want the all. You know, to fill. You have to
guys.
fill. You know, people fill just
pine
with
nuts,
bread or herbs, but here I put a little bit of crunchiness inside, which.
And this is really...
No, don't eat them all. I'll have something else for us. Yeah.
That's delicious.
But absolutely amazing. No, like you said, mackerel, but alternatively, you could do, I suppose, 2 pieces of sandwich wine.
Well, it's good. French wine is good.
Italian dish, a great combination. I think this is a cracking wine.
It's great wine
that's
because
lovely.
it goes in. As soon as
I
you
like that.
actually drink this wine, you got that sweetness.
It's
in
quite,
it.
yeah, it's like apricots in a way. It's
Apricot.
got that,
And
yeah.
then on the back, inside,
here.
it's got it's got all the flavour of the wine
It
and the
matches
stop.
so well with the dish.
It's very long.
Beautiful.
It's very
Stay.
smooth.
You look as if you know how to taste wine.
I've just been watching you guys.
What do you think of that? Great match, though. It's not for me. It's not a wine that you would drink just on its own. I think you have to match it with food.
What it does for me, it kind of clears your palate a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
It like refreshes everything, and so you're ready for, like, maybe you do this, then you're ready for the next course, and you
Yeah.
can then change on to something else. It's really, I'm not a fan of white wine, and I really like this.
Brilliant.
I love
right,
it.
you can be joining us at the chef's table next week. All you have to do is answer this question. Today's the start of the Dales. To find out whether you sent John to either food heaven or food hell. John, just to remind you, your version of food heaven would be meringue.
Yeah.
Into a baked Alaska.
Yeah.
Great, great dish. Alternatively, it could be the dreaded watermelon. Look at this. Look at me. It's fabulous.
Get in the kitchen and cut the melon.
It's lovely. Look at that.
I love a watermelon. Can I have a slice?
Delicious.
Can I have a
You know, the
slice?
only thing that intrigues me about that recipe is the vodka.
Exactly. Well, 92% water in a watermelon, but yeah. I love it. That's
No,
flavours.
look, but see, it just smells bland.
But it could be with Indian, great Indian little donuts called glab jamun, which I learned how to make last week. How do you think the viewers have done?
Well, if they want to see me, you know, really cringe, they're going to do the watermelon. But you know, if I don't know, you
It's
tell me.
one of the highest percentage of votes so far.
Really?
Yeah. 72% of the people want to see baked Alaska. Not that he's happy or anything. Right. Get rid of that. I think you can safely say he's happy.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to get on and do this because I
Okay.
can't believe I've got to do all this in
Right.
about 6 minutes.
I won't talk to
Right, so meringue, we're going to make the sugar, get the sugar, pop it straight in the oven, right-hand side, okay?
Right.
There's 3 ways of making meringue. Hot, cold and Italian. We're going to do a hot meringue. Right,
Middle
we've
or
got a
top?
sauce for here. Do you know, right here? There you go. Right, what would you
Middle
do?
or top rack?
It doesn't matter. That can go straight to there.
Right, that
Right,
can go
now what
straight
we're going to
away.
do, grab a cloth. We're going to
Right.
make our toffee sauce. Now, this is full-on, full-fat. We've got double cream, dark brown sugar, soft sugar, butter, golden syrup and black treacle.
Can I go?
Yeah, throw the whole lot in.
Oh,
There
it
we
sounds
go.
All in.
delicious.
Okay,
All
now,
in.
we're
Go
going to
on,
whip
go
up
on,
our
Angela.
egg whites here, but this egg white one, we're actually going to make with hazelnuts as well,
Okay.
which I love, this baked Alaska. So what I'm going to do is just quickly mix this up.
I'll just orchestrate this later.
You're dancing in the background.
Now, actually, if you can get some ice cream out of
Yep,
the freezer, that was it.
definitely.
Now, it was actually invented in about the 18th century. It's a fantastic, fantastic dish, this. It was invented in New York City in honour of, to sort of celebrate
Alaska.
Alaska.
There you go.
Coming into the
Obviously,
State of the Union.
Exactly.
Hey, Angela.
But we're going to whisk
Yeah.
this all up, but it wasn't sort of
it going
popularised
in
until a restaurant in Monaco took it over. And the Hotel de Paris, and they took it over, and it's a fantastic dish. This we used to eat loads of
put
it
it on heat,
in the
yeah.
60s, and I don't know why people don't do
Put
it
them
now,
on
but
it,
it can be.
Doesn't it take? Doesn't it take? Well, we're doing it in 6 minutes, but doesn't it generally take a little longer to do? Because
It does generally, it can be baked in the oven normally, but this is so quick and simple. But fundamentally, well, this is not normally with it, toffee sauce, but because it's got toffee
I love
and ice
toffee.
cream
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, what we're going to do is take a
shouldn't
sponge.
the baked Alaska be really a hard shell on the outside?
It can be, but that's all to do with the way that you make the meringue. Now, you've got 3 ways of making it, as I said, hot, cold and Italian. Italian is the sugar and the water's boiled up to 121 degrees and poured onto the egg whites. Cold is just add the egg sugar to the egg whites cold.
Is that it?
And hot is what we're doing now. We heat up the sugar in the oven
Yeah.
till the sugar's nice and hot. There we go, get rid of that. And then we throw this in. Now, keep the machine going. It's not made the traditional way, you stop the machine. If you listen to it, the machine will actually drop down a gear as the meringue starts to get thicker. We'll hear it in a sec. But because we're heating the sugar, it actually cooks the meringue as well.
You're really smart.
Trying.
Smart and good
Trying. I'm trying. Now here, drop down the gear.
Yeah.
Stop the machine. That's your meringue done.
This is nearly there.
You guys make the thing I love about watching, you know, shows where chefs and things and people cook. You make it look so easy, and we were just saying over there, Alex and Nigel and I, that
Touch the bowl. It's warm, isn't it?
it's warm. Yeah. That how quickly you do it.
Yeah.
And it's you know, at home we're all like, ooh, you know, getting everything right, but it's done so quickly. That's why they're the professionals.
The way that
we're
the way you can test this is just test it. There you go. It's definitely ready.
Gonna get you after the show.
Yeah, I know you are. You've got me during the show, so don't worry about it.
Don't ask another question. Come on, we haven't got time.
Now, if you can fill the piping bag half with meringue, that would be great.
Okay,
Now, what we're going to do is
one.
mix your toffee and obviously vanilla. You can put on before you do that. Just put a little bit of those in there.
Okay.
That's all
Okay.
right. Just a few hazelnuts.
Go.
Beauty.
Now, what we're going to do is layer this all up with our ice cream. Now, when I was at college and I used to make this,
That's it.
this would be made in a
Little bit
bun.
more, just in
It would be
case.
like a almost like a copper
That's it.
tin.
Yeah.
And you'd set the ice cream in it.
Give me to
And
the
then
senses.
you just dip it in water, which would get it out, and it'd actually be the perfect shape for a baked Alaska. However, we're going to attempt to make
This
ours.
is an organic base.
This is kind of like organic,
Yeah, making it organic.
But rather than have it too much toffee,
Very organic. Done with those?
have you got me the rest of the? There
And I
you go.
stirred this
Yeah,
to
there you
help.
Need that bit. Right, now what you do now is take this bit of the... Now, this doesn't look the most appetising thing, but trust me, you need to do it this way. Lift this up, and then throw the meringue over the top.
Wow, wow.
Amazing.
But what you need now
Thank you.
is a palette knife
Thank you,
in a hot
viewers.
water,
So much.
and you go around the edge like that. Now, the reason why you dip it in hot water is it stops the meringue from sticking to your palette knife too much. But you go all the way around, just until your ice cream is nicely coated. Don't worry about the bottom bit like that, it's fine. Absolutely fine. You can bring some more around, just cover it all over. Now, don't worry about this stage, because then what you can do is just spike it up to make it look a bit more appetising. And then, because we've got piping bag, plain nozzle, we can go around. Yes. Just fill in the gaps. Now, normally what you would do is...
I'm gonna cry.
Normally what you do is pop this obviously on an oven-proof plate and then pop this in the oven. But because we've got the invention of a blowtorch now, we can do it this way. You just put a piping bag like that on there,
Wow.
like that. You need to be good with a piping bag, otherwise it looks like something that dogs left behind in the park. But it's on the top. But literally, just around this. Look.
If I was single, I'd take you home.
Oh, now look at this. Blowtorch.
Wow, look,
It just goes
And
around.
that smell is...
Yeah.
Oh, that's glorious.
There you go. And if you want a birthday cake, set fire to the top. There you go. But that's that. And then, of course, we've got our toffee sauce. Now, this is just divine. We've got a ladle there. There we go.
Can I just drink that?
There you go. And we got the toffee sauce. You can just pour around the edge. Now, what I would do if I had a bit more time is take toffee sauce and chocolate sauce.
Oh.
Oh,
Do the
drizzle.
two together.
Oh.
There you go. Just a few times.
yeah.
There you go.
Wow. Stunning.
Nah.
That's ours now, thanks.
Grab your knife. There you go.
Wow.
I don't know if to give you that or one of these or something like that. But yeah, tell us what you think.
Go on,
But it's
dig
that
in.
way of making the meringue should be much softer than you're normally used to when you make it with. I can't believe he's getting that much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my God.
You like that? Right, we'll get some wine out of the fridge. I think he's happy. Bring over the glasses, guys. Now, Peter's chosen a great Conchita Toro Late Harvest Sauvignon Blanc, 2004, widely available.
Sauce is delicious.
The price at just $5.99. I think this is just superb.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, look at this.
Taste that sauce.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Dive into that, guys. Now, it's Italian wine for the end. No, I love this.
I'll last
Like
you
a
some
portion.
Italian wine.
There you go. Dive in. Tell us what you
There you
think.
go, my lovely.
I think it's a great wine, especially
Thank
for
you.
$5.99. Goes particularly well with that.
That smells lovely.
Yeah.
Superb.
Delicious.
Fantastico.
Like that?
Bellissimo.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
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 What a great show. Well, that's all for Saturday in the Kitchen. Thanks to Angela Hanna, Gennaro Contelda and John Barrowman. Cheers to Peter Richards for the wine choices and to today's Chef's Table guests, Alex and Nigel here. All the recipes we cooked in the studio, as always, on our website. Go to bbc.co.uk/food. You'll need him to follow his recipe. Angela will be doing a web chat in just a few minutes, so log on now and put your questions to her. What a great show. We'll see you here live, same time, same place next week. Enjoy the bank holiday weekend.
Cheers.
Cheerio.
Bye.
Ciao.